What's up, guys? Welcome back to Objective Garage, where, well, first of all, my name is Taras, and I do cool stuff with cars. I don't only do headlights, but we've been working on a lot of headlights lately. Anyways, we are building these Joule headlights for a 1995 to a 1990, well, sorry, these specific ones are for a 97 to 99 Mitsubishi Eclipse. These would actually not fit on a Talon or a 95 to 96 Eclipse because they slightly adjusted the lights for those. But basically, if you have a 95 to a 96 Eclipse or a Talon of any year in the second generation, you can do this exact same process. It's basically the same. The only difference for you would be modifying the shroud. Let me see. Where the heck? 1 second. So the only thing different about the 2GA or 2GB, that's the 95, 96 Eclipse, or Talon of any year is 2GA, 2GB is 97, 99 Eclipse. The only difference is this piece here and the lens. So the only difference when it comes to you, if you were to be doing this on a 2GA setup, would be this piece would be slightly different. So that would be the only area where this would differ in any way. These housings are actually the same still. It's literally just this piece and the lens that's different. Anyways, right now, so yesterday we finished off with, I had glued my new housing that I modeled and printed out onto the back of this DSM replacement headlight. So now the glue's all dried up, the rivets are obviously holding, and basically now we can start installing the jewels into this housing, at least temporarily, because we still do have to fill a couple of gaps around here. There's a few gaps basically around these where I think I will remodel this in a slightly different way to make it a little better, but anyways, that's besides the point. We're gonna get this mounted in here, which this is the housing, basically the brackets for all of the jewels here. I've pulled the jewels out of the Acura lights. I've pulled those off of this bracket metal piece in the meantime between yesterday and today, and I've actually trimmed this metal mounting plate down. It needed a lot of trimming, and the reason that I did that was because I didn't want to cut in the basement here because, well, it takes literally hours of cleaning afterwards, just because this metal just goes everywhere. So I trimmed it down in the garage, and I figured I'd have it ready here. But if you are looking to do this, to your own set of headlights, I will include the trimming in the official DIY video that I'm going to post later on when I do the other headlight. Let me see if there's any comments or anything. All right. Sorry, that was incredibly long. Anyways, so right now, like I said, I have to mount this in here so that I can put this back on here. Let's see how this goes. What the heck? Oh. Having like a brain fart right now. Jeez Louise. Okay. What is going on? This is the top. Oh my goodness. Okay. That makes sense. Sorry, I had it upside down this whole time. Okay. There it goes. So I pulled the jewels out because I didn't want to get them all covered in this, grinding dust whenever I cut all this bracket down. And also I'm going to be spraying this with this 3D scanning spray that lets me scan these real nice. So I just pulled them out just to be safe, just so that they're not even involved. I don't really need the jewels as long as I have this shroud on here. That'll give me, the sizing that I need. But this is actually the housing off of the Acura headlight, and you see these like mounting balls and this adjustment screw. We are pulling all of this out of here, and we're putting literally all this in the same exact spot on that bracket that I made. So there's a slight problem with this one, being that it's actually broken. This clip's broken, so I'm gonna have to find a new clip for it. But hopefully when you buy a set of jewels, they won't be broken, and you can just do whatever you want to do. Anyways, I'm gonna, I think this adjustment bolt's bent. Dang, that sucks. I'm gonna pull these out and I'll put them in here. We're gonna actually turn this around, and we're gonna go like this. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Let's get some videos going. All right. So right now I'm having a slight issue, and that is that these rivets are too long and they're actually hitting this metal bracket. So I'm gonna have to drill a few of them out to be able to clear the bracket, and then I'm gonna replace them with shorter ones. I've already ordered some shorter ones. So let's line this up again real quick. Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to turn on some of my old videos so that we can see how horrible they used to be. Horrible. Anyways, all right. let's get this in here. Oh, smack. That's so funny. So basically, there's a few spots where these rivets are hitting this bracket. So I'm going to drill those few rivets out, and then we will continue on. So I'm just going to mark them up. Let's do those 4. I'll get this cleaned up real quick. This is just gross. Oh. Hello. Oh man. Okay, I think it's getting somewhere. Let's see. Gotta trim this down. Gotta trim that down. I'm gonna have to do more trimming. So I gotta trim this down. And I have to trim this down. Maybe then it will be okay. I have to trim these down as well. Maybe even this oil. Alright, you guys. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to run out of here for just a minute. I got to trim this down, and I don't want to do it in the basement because I don't want to have to clean everything down here. So I'm going to go do it in the garage. I'll be right back. I guess enjoy the video for now.
Any challenge you throw its way, it might lean, it might creak, it might complain, but it still rolls forward anyway. It tries to do everything all at once. Work days, road trips, muddy fronts, and the element gives it everything it has. Every mile, every scrape, every bump. You see awkward, I see brave. You see slow, I see stay. While others fold when it gets rough, this thing just finds another way. It is not flexing, it is not loud, it does not beg for a crowd. It just shows up day after day, and somehow the skin feels proud.
Let's fuck some shit up.
Everything it has got, every road, every hill, every parking lot. Laugh if you won't, say what it is not. This little box gives it everything it has got. Flat floors, fold-down seats, muddy boots and grocery weeks. Engine bay like, come on in. Yeah, this thing was built for me. It hauls tools, it hauls doubt. It hauls me when I'm burned out. Never once asked for much in return. Just let me run and let me out. You chase shine, I chase use. You chase looks, I chase truth. While you stress over warning lights, I am already halfway through. It gives it everything it has got. Every road, every hill, every parking lot. Say what you want, call it what it is not. This little box still gives it everything it has got. Everything it has got. Every road, every hill, every parking lot. Say what you want, call it what it is not. This little box still gives it everything it has got. Maybe it is not about the car, maybe it is image, no pressure, no disguise, just something solid, something real. And everything else wants to impress, this thing just shows up and stays. And every time I ask too much, it gives me all it has anyway. It has been late, it has been loud, it has slept under open clouds, coffee cups rolling.
And for me personally, I choose the latter. Now look, I could sit here and I can rattle off a million reasons why I think that the Honda Element is probably one of the best daily drivers that you could possibly get, in terms of price, in terms of utility, in terms of just the possibilities are endless with this car. But I have a theory. I don't think that you will understand any of what I'm gonna say if I did that unless you actually gave it a shot. And funny enough, it doesn't even have to be a real shot. Like, I shit you not, I bought this thing as a joke. I thought that it would be pretty freaking funny to have a K-Series all-wheel drive freaking toaster. But literally, the first thing that I did after I got it driving is I completely fell in love with the car. So just give it a shot. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Taras, and this is Objective Garage, where we wrench with heart, speak the truth, and always keep it real. Thank you, and try one out, man.
Thank you for watching Objective Garage. Element frame, built by hand, slow burn rise. I make my stand, steel and sound. Boost comes clean, simple shape, but it's built to me.
Everyone knows about the Honda K-Series and about what it can do. So I'm actually not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about a car that Honda built that is probably flying underneath your... All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I got it all trimmed up. Now I got to clean it up with the file. Oh, sorry about that. I am back now, and I have this all trimmed up. So now I just got to clean it up with the file, just get the burrs off, and then we will test fit. Let's go. see. Okay. All right. It really is, dude. I love the setup, and doing it with this bracket is so freaking dope because it's literally so quick compared to what it was before. But anyways, let's see if this will fit. It's clipped in. This fits just fine. All right. I think that we've got okay fitment in here now. And okay fitment means it's pretty tight in here still. This isn't meant for an Eclipse. So, yeah, just keep that in mind, I guess. Let's see how this fits. I gotta trim this. Maybe I'll do it with this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe I'll do it with that as well to not make a mess in here. But I gotta cut this little corner off of here, so we're losing one of these hold down tabs, but there's still 4, so it's plenty. But basically, what I'm trying to get to is I want to have this bracket mounted inside of the headlight completely, so the adjustment bolts in there, you know, this other ball mounts on, and then I'm going to bolt this back to the bracket where it goes. I'm going to skip the LEDs for now still because I don't want to spray them with that 3D scanning spray. And then once I'm in this stage, but everything is actually mounted in here, then I'm going to spray it with the 3D scan spray, and then I'm going to actually scan this whole section of the light. And then that way I have this piece already scanned. This is not the right side, but I have the file for the correct side already scanned. So then all I have to do is essentially bring them together in, you know, 3D software, and then I'll be able to tell what needs trimmed way easier than just eyeballing it. And then I'll also be able to make, you know, whatever pieces I'm going to have to add to this, and obviously I'm going to have to cut this middle section out, but I'm going to be able to make whatever pieces I have to add to it in 3D, so I can just print them off and then just graft them to this instead of what I've been doing before, which is just literally cutting sections of plastic out, grafting it, grinding it, and just essentially brute force making it work. So this process should be able to make this a lot simpler. So I guess we'll see what happens. But while that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and pull all these adjustment bolts and whatever off of this, like the adjustment hardware. So there was one of these little ball mounts in this one as well. I've already pulled that out. That's actually already clipped in on this. It's actually right there. And then, so I just got to pull this out and pull this whole adjustment bolt and everything out of this one as well. Can't believe how bent that adjustment bolt is. Look at that. That's crazy. Now I have to pull this bolt out of here, which there is this big round clip that essentially slides on one way and then it won't come out the other way, so I gotta hammer this out. So I'll do that. So I'm going to just cut this off because that'll give me better access to that washer. And then it's just a matter of prying it off, which isn't fun, but just take your time with this. You don't want to bend this up too bad, but you will end up bending it, but that's okay. Ooh, that's warm. And this is officially trash. This thing is very warm and it's bent. So I have to straighten that out eventually. Probably should do that sooner than later. But for now, let's pull that back up here. Okay, let's pull this off real quick, and then we will put this back where it needs to go. So the top two are these weird ball ones, and then the bottom one's that big long adjustment one. Jeez Louise. And those just thread right into the housings here. The ones that are available for free online. Download them, print them off. And they're not, you know, they're not perfect, but close enough, I guess. So now we have, I'm gonna have to replace this also because this was also broken, but we have the one of the balls clicking into there. The other one with that clip goes into this square hole. Sorry, one of the balls clips right into there. The other one goes into this square hole because it has this clip on it. And then the bottom one is this adjustment one, which this one is obviously also broken. This headlight was pretty banged up. But we are going to just rig it up for now just to be able to get it scanned up, and then I'll get the replacement parts needed and it'll be all right. So this has to get zip tied onto here, and then everything should be fine. So let's think of a way. Yeah. Drill this. Not on here, I'm not. Okay. Zip tie that on there for now, and then we will hopefully get this fitted up. If you hear romping around, that's just my son, don't worry. I'm not, don't have anyone captive here. Okay, so I got this rigged up like this for now. For now, this will be okay. This will get me close enough. This will get me close enough to where, you know, I should be fine in terms of getting the measurements I need. So let's see if this will, well, I gotta stick this in there still. Close enough. Boom, like new. That just goes right down into that hole. And what I like to do is just put a 10 mil on it, put a little pressure, and just give it a little bit of rotation and pressure. And it fits right into there, just like in the OEM headlight. So we'll just put this back on, and that's it. This. Okay, so the way I install this back on here is I slide that adjustment bolt in, then I put a socket on it, and I set it down flat on the socket. Then obviously stick this washer in here, then another socket on top, then you just hammer it. And boom, like new. Okay, now we can officially mount this in here. Oh wait, I gotta trim this. Because this has to be bolted onto that bracket, and then that bracket can go into the headlight. So let's get this trimmed. Okay, let's see if that will fit now. So I'm going to bolt this back together here. When you're handling this, if you decide to work on this, if you decide to do a retrofit like this, this chrome finish on here rubs off immediately as soon as you start touching it. So I wouldn't touch it too much if I were you. That's why you touch the black all you want, black's just going to scratch, but that chrome, it will rub away. That's why I tried to not do that. I'm actually going to, when I'm scanning this, I'm going to try to find a way to like cover this chrome up so I don't have to spray it with that, like directly with that actual spray. Because I don't know, I don't want it to like, I don't know, interfere with anything, I guess. So I want it to eat the chrome away. All right. There's our jewels. Let's see if this will fit. Hopefully they do. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it somewhere around here. And now I can scan this whole section with the housing, with this shroud, and then I can make the necessary adjustments to, let me get the right side, the correct side. Okay, so now I can scan this headlight as is. Then I have a scan of this already. I just line them up and I know where I need to trim this, where I need to trim this, and that will give me the best possible scenario, the best possible fit to be able to do this. So I'm going to be doing that I'll probably do the 3D modeling. I'll try to get it scanned today and then see if I can make any adjustments. I have some software troubles, I guess you could call it. So we'll see how far I can get. And basically my software troubles is that I have free software that's not very good. But nonetheless, we'll see what I can get done today, and then I'll either update you guys tonight or I'll update you guys tomorrow sometime. So, thank you for watching. We're getting somewhere. Something's happening. So we'll see how this ends. But if you can tell, this Acura Jewel is in here slanted back as much as they possibly could get it slanted back. Like there is no more, there's no more give anywhere. So hopefully this will be decent on the light output. This is literally as good as you could possibly make it. And when we start adjusting on this piece, you'll understand that I'm not lying. So anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.